Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Cloud Engineering Info Session for Azubi Africa. We are happy to have you here with us. You can put in your chat box where you are joining us from and if this is your first time. And we are glad to have you on here. So let us know where you are joining us from. And if this is your first time, we are happy to welcome you all. We just want to give a moment or two for others to also join us. So let us know where you're joining us from. I'm in Accra, Ghana tonight. So let us know if you're joining us from Nairobi, Kenya. If you're in Kigali, Rwanda, wherever you are, Lagos, Nigeria, whichever part of the world you're in, let us know where you're joining us from. And we are glad to have you here tonight. Okay. All right, then. So I'm just waiting for a few people to make sure that we have everyone ready. Then we move on. Awesome. All right, then. So why are you here today? Essentially, you have obviously heard about Azubi Africa one way or the other. This is your first kind of introduction with us. And we are happy to have you here, like I said. Today's info session is basically to give you an overview of our programs and also to help you make the best decision if this is something you are looking forward to and starting a career journey. So up next, we will look at what is Azubi Africa. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, Azubi Africa is a tech training program. This is powered by Get Hypnotized, which is the organization, and Azubi Africa is the tech training program. Now, we as an organization, we have provided several trainings, and these have been tailored trainings in the field of data analytics, software engineering, and today we're also looking at cloud engineering. Now, across the years, what we've done is we've trained over 1,000 professionals, in these fields. And we've also gotten them certified with Amazon Web Services as well as Microsoft in our earlier years. Now, as we continue to grow, we continue to expand, our territories and the amount of trainings that we are doing. And we have a very big team that supports us and makes this, possible. And it's as a result that we come all the way to make sure that everyone who joins our training program gets the best sort of attention, gets the best care, and is able to pass out successfully. Now, the key things about our training programs also is that by our training, we create attractive global employment opportunities. And for persons who are top performers in our cohorts, 80% of them get job placements 6+ months after the course. Now, what makes our program also very unique is the fact that we do not only do theoretical, but we have industry partners who enable our trainings to be very practical and where learners are able to gain hands-on knowledge of what we do. So that's just a bit about Azubi Africa, who we are and what we also do. So up next, I'll speak also about the programs that we offer and how anyone can also get into these programs. Okay, so our program offerings, we have 3 main program offerings. Okay, we have 3 main program offerings, and that is front-end development, we have data analytics, and then we also have cloud engineering. Okay, so let me speak about front-end development. So front-end development, applications will start in September. Applications will open in September. So if you are here and you probably do not know what you are looking for, if it's front-end development, applications will start in September. If it's data analytics that you are looking for, applications will start in August. Okay, in August, applications will start in August. However, because you are here for the cloud engineering info session, applications are ongoing, and as such, you can begin to apply immediately after this info session. Okay, so these are our three main offerings, and these are the next cohort dates, course start dates, and for applications to start opening. So we move on to today's value proposition. All right. So what are we saying we are offering you through our program? Now, we speak about three key things for us here at Azubi Africa. We pride ourselves, in being able to deliver these three things. One is a portfolio of work. What do we mean by a portfolio of work? Meaning that with our program, you will be able to develop a project portfolio for yourself, which now demonstrates your ability to actually implement things and do hands-on projects, your ability to really put to practice the very things which you claim, or the very skills which you claim you have. Quite often people go to the job market and they are interviewed for roles, and what is being asked is, what is your experience? And especially for those who are just transitioning into tech, this becomes a huge barrier for them. By going through this program, we will allow you to be able to build a portfolio of work, which will serve as experience for you, and you can use this as leverage when negotiating a job. All right. Now, secondly, we have financial flexibility. All training programs are costly, and in that, depending on the quality of the training program, depending on the value that is being proposed, all of these are really important towards the training program being of value to the person pursuing that program. Now, what are we saying with financial flexibility? We have what we call an income share model, which one of my colleagues will also speak about later on during this session. And with the income share model, this provides flexible financing for the program. And as such, you do not need to face a very huge upfront fee, but rather you are able to enroll with us. You are also able to go through the program, understand it for yourself, and then decide if you want to continue with us. My colleague will speak on that later on as we progress. Now, thirdly is expert career guidance. We do not only train you on technical skills. We are training you to be a holistic leader and professional with very, very acute technical skills, and also professional ethics and the know-how in how to navigate the job space. And why do we see this as very important? Because in as much as your technical skills can get you into the job, your people skills can get you fired if you don't learn to balance them. So for us, the career guidance team plays a crucial role in what we do. And the career guidance team is the team that will support you in your job search journey and also help you in preparing for the job. Let's look at our agenda for today. Up next. Now, in this info session, we'll speak about your career and understanding your why, what's your why, and how you can use that to make the right decision based on the information we are providing to you today. Okay. We'll also go a bit deeper into the cloud engineering program, because this is the info session for the cloud engineering program. We will look at career support, as I mentioned earlier, where you get to learn about career navigation in the Azubi program. And then we'll also look at how to begin your journey, meaning that you get to hear about how to fund your journey and how to get enrolled in our program. We'll also give room for Q&A, so you can already begin putting in your questions, and we will be happy to respond to them. All right, so let's proceed. Good. So we start by me introducing myself. If I didn't introduce myself properly, this is me. My name is Gideon Saki. I'm the director of the Career Center here at Azubi Africa. I love people and technology, and is the reason why I do what I do. I consider myself to be a student of leadership. I do have a background in IT. I started out as a software developer, also ventured into automation testing and DevOps, and I've had over 14 plus years in digital service delivery. All right, so it's my passion to be here. Now, let's speak a bit about you. Enough about me. Let's speak a bit about you. So, what's your why? What's your why? Um, your why is what will propel you into making a decision and then taking an action on that decision. All right. Here, we want you to embrace your why. And first of all, ask why this program? Why this career choice? Why should I be doing this? A definition of your why really allows you to determine what kind of motivation you need in order to pursue such a cloud engineering journey. Okay, so you need to define your motivation. You need to define your why for pursuing your cloud engineering. So embrace your why by defining it. All right, and this is what we want you to understand, and even as you go through this info session with us. Now, we speak about you now harnessing the power of the cloud and making use of the technology that will be shared with you and that you're going to learn, that you're going to practice to now revolutionize, industry and see this as possibilities, not just challenges, but possibilities and opportunities for you to make a difference in this cloud space. So when you join us, these are some of the perks. These are things that we envision you would actually be looking forward to in terms of a career path. Now, speaking about career path, um, currently you see a very huge trend in terms of tech and the demand for a lot of tech know-how. Now, cloud is amongst the highest sought after skills that are needed in the current era we are in, especially with automation, AI, amongst others. A lot of things are being done on the cloud, and having this kind of know-how would really help you with your career chances. And we are here to support you to discover a fulfilling career, also with rewarding opportunities that are available out there in the job market. Let's speak about innovation. Okay, so during the program, you are definitely going to collaborate with like-minded professionals and persons from different backgrounds. And you have the opportunity to grow, to learn from different perspectives, and then to also collaborate in a team. All right, the program is structured in such a way that you are able to harness all of these possibilities. You are able to put all of this together. Um, Also express your individualism even throughout the program, being able to make decisions on your own, but also valuing the input of others in a team. All right. I speak about the next word, which is perseverance. Now, in the program, you are definitely going to face challenges. We anticipate these challenges. In fact, if you don't face any challenge, it's probably not the best program for you. Okay, but yes, the challenges are meant to bring about growth. Okay, the challenges are meant to bring about growth, and your success is actually the process of growth. Success in this program is going to be the process of growth in the program, and it is up to you to always remember that you have a reason why you are here. You have a reason why you're pursuing such a career path, and you should be able to overcome obstacles and stay focused. And with this reason, is the reason why we said in the first place that you need to define your motivation for pursuing such a career path. We are not just talking about technical upskilling, but we are speaking about a career path that you're charting for yourself. So we expect you to take ownership of this journey. All right. As I mentioned earlier on, as success being the process, through this program, we believe that you'll be able to achieve personal and professional growth, especially in the field of cloud engineering. And we can guarantee you that so long as you grow, you will succeed. So long as you're prepared to learn, you will succeed. So long as you're prepared to, take on challenges, you are going to succeed. Finally, let me leave you with a few parting words. And that is, you have the opportunity to shape the future. What you do in this space could actually change a lot of things for whichever country you're coming from. I see someone from Ghana. I see others from other countries as well. So whichever country you're coming from, you have the opportunity to actually shape the future. And today, we are here to present to you that kind of opportunity. We are here to give you enough information that will help you make the right decision for this career path you have chosen. So, up next will be my other colleague joining, who will then let you know more about how to become a confident cloud engineer. So, I'll hand over to Janet, and thank you.
Thank you, Gideon, for the very nice introduction and hyping us and preparing the platform for me to just step in. So my name is Janet. Gideon did this roundabout thing where he introduced himself a little and came back and did it again. But then I'll just go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Janet Echo. I am at the moment serving as the lead for our cloud engineering courses. And I have had the opportunity to be around with Azubi Africa on the trainings for about 3 years now. Um, Lots of different adventures we've had together. And basically, as you can see from all the things I've written about myself, I'm very IT focused and I'm very interested in everything computing. I have a huge interest in software engineering and also in the deployment of whatever has been created and basically getting it out into the cloud and putting together architectures to make things efficient. It's really fun. Just it's sort of like a puzzle for me, and I think it's really really interesting. In addition to all these technical interests, I also really enjoy education and basically knowledge transfer in general. And I've tried to grow my skills in this particular area. So again, as I said, I'm very fortunate to be here and to be doing this for such quite a tangible period of time because it gives me the opportunity to take all these things that I love and combine them together and basically enjoy myself while still feeling like I'm doing something, right? And enjoying my work is a huge thing. And so basically this is me, a lady who is enjoying herself and serving as the lead cloud computing um, trainer here at Azubi Africa. Now I am enjoying my work and I'm going to try to help you to enjoy your work as well and do something you enjoy. So basically, a lot of us are here because we want to become cloud engineers or do something in the cloud, um, or at least here to understand what this cloud is all about, right? So I will try to have fun and transfer my knowledge to you and share with you what I think it takes and what the team believes it takes for you to become a good cloud engineer. So for us, what we believe it takes to become a good cloud engineer is, of course, the technical skills. This we know about. A lot of us even have done some self-learning at this point. And so we know that we need some technical skills. We need to know some coding. We need to be able to understand some services and do something with some networking somewhere. So we need to learn from some books and learn from some videos. So we are aware of this. But then even to me, more important than the technical skills are other things, such as the two I've listed here. So we need problem solving skills as well, because as someone with the technical skills, if you go out there and you go into a job, how you think through problems, how you structure your results, how you come up with those results even in the first place, how you explain your solution to others, it's a huge thing that would send you places. If people know they can come to you and you make their issues easier, it puts you ahead of the crowd. So this is something that I think is a huge thing that's needed for a cloud engineer, because your whole role as a cloud engineer is to solve issues for companies. They have some issues somewhere and they want to send um, something to the cloud because there's an issue. They want this cloud services that you're putting together to solve it for them. So we need problem solving skills. and we need to know how to work with others. If we're able to build on our teamwork and know how to collaborate and talk to people, and we know how to break down problems and build them solutions back up, in addition to those technical skills, we are way already on our way to become cloud engineers. Now, I want to state this, that my firm belief, even apart from soft skills, is that we need to practice, right? Everything you learn, everything you do, even communication, everything, you need to practice it over time to get it to the point where you are confident to go out there and say, I can do this. If you have something in your brain and you don't put it out and you've not tried it, it shows in how you project it out. The way you the confidence you show when you say you can do something is different. Once you have proof that you can do something, or you've actually done it and it's there and you can show to someone, there's a whole different kind of confidence that comes with that. So that is where I would want us to focus if we want to become a cloud engineer, even more than the technical skills, because confidence in the aura you project is, for me, very important. So here in Azubi Africa, if you want to join us in our program for us to be able to help you build all these skills and balance them out so that you become a good candidate for a company, so they take you in to be an engineer or work on something in the cloud for them, we have come up with a structure that we think could help us get there. And we believe strongly that this works. And so our structure is such that you lead into it with the technical skills. You need to at least understand what the cloud is. You need to understand the various terminologies. You need to understand context in IT. And so we lead with foundational cloud material and cloud agnostic materials as well. So we look at topics even outside of the cloud, outside of AWS in particular, and even outside of the cloud. We look at networking, for instance, which is technically not a cloud topic or a cloud service in any form, but it's very necessary. You look at programming, you look at all of these things, and we make sure that you have all this foundation well put together. After this, we would build on your skills as the months go on, and to give you more AWS specific material, because the cloud that we use to study, the platform that we use to practice, is actually the AWS cloud, not Microsoft Azure. This was a choice we had to make, and we chose Amazon Web Services for our practices. And so we'll learn those services, we'll learn specific like tweaks and like interesting features that these services have. And in all these processes, you're going to be doing project-centered learning. So you're going to be practicing all the way through. Anything that you learn, you would come back and do some kind of solution to it. And a lot of teamwork is going to be happening. You'll be doing a lot of group assignments, and we just have fun with it. At the end of the 9 months, we are going to make sure that we focus on building your portfolio. We want that when you go out there, you have something to show. So all these things that you're doing, you do projects, really wholesome projects that cover a lot of different topic areas, so that you can confidently show this to people to prove that you've actually been through this, and it serves as a badge to even get you in the door, so you don't have to do a lot of the talking yourself. Now, our program is, first of all, to get you into a job. So we are very career centered in all we do. We are always considering what do they want in the job. And we have a great career team to help out with this. We have people called career success managers who would help you along the way, give you mentorship, coaching, help to direct you to be your champion, basically, and basically cheer you on through the whole process of job search, building your career, they are very, very knowledgeable in all of these little things that normally we have questions on, but we don't know who to ask about as people who want to get into jobs or even changing careers. So these people are going to be around with us all through the program. They're going to be around every day, available for us to talk to, as well as our trainers. So the whole process is going to be very career centered, and everything is going to run around that. I would like to go more into some of the things that you'll be learning, to mention topics, because if I say foundational material, what does it mean? It's very vague. So I would like to help you to understand what are some of the things that we want you to look at. These are things that you find in job requests when you go online and they ask you, you should have this and you should have that. And these are things that we want to make sure that we tick off, so that when you build your CV, you're confident that you have these and you can just tick them off, and it makes you much, much more confident to go in and start your career here. For foundations, one of the big things that we'll be learning is Python programming. In the cloud, you do a lot of automation. You do a lot of that. You work a lot in the Linux operating system in particular, but then a lot of these scripts that you need to write need you to use a very lean system. And so a lot of companies go with Linux operating system. They go with systems that do not have colors and pictures for you to be clicking around, and you need to be able to understand the commands that we put in, those black and white things we see in movies. What do they mean? And so we make sure to introduce you to the operating system. Linux for us, I think we use Ubuntu in particular. And then you basically build yourself up, and as you're going, you are doing and you are keeping all of these things, you are storing them in version control systems, and you can go back and look at all of this. You're collaborating with your friends, so that's not you don't go into a job before you hear about GitHub, but then you've heard it here and you know how to use it and you know all the little tricks around them. We know and we know how to use the codes from Python for automation and all of these in our Linux system. You'll be learning some cloud agnostic tools like Terraform, containers, container technologies like Docker and Kubernetes, and I think I've already mentioned version control with Git. So these are all things that we will be covering. And in the end, in addition to other ones, as I said, we'll be learning AWS specific materials. So there are lots of services in AWS that you need to know what they do. How do you combine them to save money for your company in future, and all these fun things you can do with them? So we will be covering all these services and helping you to use them in problems, to basically solve problems. Okay, so these are some of the things that you'll be covering. On the next slide, you should see a further breakdown of these, and even some of the fun little projects that you'll be doing are listed on the side. For Python, you have at least 2 mini projects that you'll be doing in Python. There are lots of other things that we'll be doing with all of these services, and you build on it as you go. So when you do Python and you're done with it, it doesn't mean you stop there, but then you use it as you go down. So these are some of the things that I think you should come to us to have fun with this and basically practice it. So you're not just reading about them, and it's not just about knowing about them. What else can you expect with us? As I said, we really have this career-centered mindset, and a lot of what we do is to practice and to build your confidence. And so in Azubi, because we know that collaboration is a huge thing for a cloud engineer, we have a huge, like a great community mindset, and we really understand that we need to do this together and we need to stick together. You are joining a huge community. We are going to cheer you on through everything. We're going to cry with you, but then make sure that you still get there in the end, no matter what puts you down. So this is a huge, really great family to join. We have situations where we have very nice events. Graduations are super fun, but then even before graduations, we have guests passing through to give presentations. I think in a couple of weeks, actually, we are getting another guest coming in from Silicon Overdrive. The CEO is coming to talk to us about some cloud services and basically give us a story, so we learn from him. These are always fun, insightful events. There are lots of other events that we go through. We will be, in addition to studying and all these things that I've mentioned, learning about AWS architecting. So we are going to actually be drawing architectures. You see crazy architectures online, you have no idea how they come about these things. We will be doing some ourselves and having fun with it. Make mistakes here so that you don't make them later, right? There'll be documentation. How do you put together a good documentation? How do you create your portfolio? How do you put together a very good view of yourself so that people can just click a link and see, oh yeah, this is the person I want. We'll go through all of this. And one I've left for very last is the methodology that we apply. So we go with very modern mindset here. We want that the students meet us, you meet us halfway, and we do this together. We go with a flipped learning approach. The best way I like to describe flipped learning is homework in the classroom, right? You study all the studying, get confused outside of the classroom, do the reading, come to us, and let's do. So take a problem, you solve it in the class. You take a problem, you do it in a group. We find out what the challenges were. We discuss this. All of these happen in the classroom. So classrooms are very activity based, and you need to also make sure that whichever material you've been given ahead of time, you've put in the effort to cover it before you come to us. It's very, very useful. And I would urge all of us, if we've never heard of flipped learning, to read more about this and also look into project-based learning. So lastly, I would like to show you how our engagement looks like, especially in the first month when you come to us. So the first month of the course is mainly for you to basically gauge us and also for us to gauge you. And it's like a trial month. So month 0 is for you to come in and test the waters. That even if you sign a contract with us, we do not hold you accountable in the first month. We need you to come in, stick with us through our timetable and see if this works for you. And we also see if your efforts that you're putting is and your criteria all work for us as well. So we will be having, as our timetable shows, careers, as I said, career centered, right? So career labs will be available, but then there'll also be academy check-ins and lab sessions going on in the first month. And then at the end of that, any changes to the timetable, we will let you know. But then every day of the week, there will be some kind of activity going on. So basically, this is what we normally do at our end. A lot of fun, a lot of practice, always thinking about our careers, and basically all having fun, edging you on in the community to get you into a job. Thank you for listening to me. I would like to hand over to Godson from careers, actually, because he should have come first, I think, because we are career centered. But then Godson would tell you more about all this career stuff I keep mentioning. So I'd like to hand over to Godson. Thank you very much, Gideon and everyone.
All right, thank you very much, Janet. I admire the passion at which you speak about cloud engineering with, and it just tells me that there is something about this field. And I know that once a lot of persons jump on this opportunity, they would also catch a glimpse of that thing that gives you this excitement whenever you have the opportunity to talk about cloud engineering. Good evening once again, everybody. All right, my name is Ike Chuku Godson and I'm a career success manager. I have 6+ years experience and expertise in technical recruitment, human resource management, and coaching. So this evening, I'm going to be talking to you on career navigation, right? Now, one of the things I want you to understand is that it is not enough to know where you're going. it is important for you to know how to get there, right? It is not enough to know where you're going. It is most important for you to know how to get there. And that is why we're going to be helping you to navigate your career journey. And for us to help you navigate your career journey, there are professional development and job engagement activities we do in Azubi Africa. Number one, we have the career labs. Now, just like the name labs imply, the career labs is where we distill our professionals that we're about sending into the marketplace. Now, how do we distill these professionals? We ensure that we help you and we help to equip you with relevant skills. When I mean relevant skills, to help you make sure that your CV is not just up to date, but your CV stands out. That you're not just equipped with technical skills, but you're equipped with the right skills that would help you stand out whenever you sit in any interview. So these are the things that we do in Career Labs. We talk about networking. We talk about how to take advantage of opportunities that are out there. And now the other thing we do is career days. We career days are the days where we have professionals who are blazing the trails in the industry come to talk to us, come to speak to our learners and tell them about the opportunities, and also give them clarity on how to navigate this career path. And then another thing we have is the Azubi Community Talks. Just like the name community implies, this is where we all come together. We rub, we share idea on diverse platforms, and we have our Twitter community, and I'm sure our social media persons are also planning on how to get us active on Thread as well. So we have these various platforms where we have our talks, the Azubi community talks. Another thing we have is the tech meetups. We have different tech programs where you can easily come in, meet other persons who are in the industry, and get opportunity to network with the professionals and experts who are already blazing trails. And people also come in there and get opportunities from some of these tech meetups. Now, another thing is we have dedicated career success manager. This is very important, and I want to tell you that this is one thing that you would not get readily out there, because it is not enough now to know how to get there. But one of the things you need in the journey, not just for life, but for your career, is somebody who's going to be walking with you and serving as an accountability partner to help you get to, or to help you achieve your goal of landing your dream job. And this is what our dedicated career success managers do with you, right? They serve as accountability partner to help you on your job search journey. So we also have interview and CV prep, where we talk about the mock interviews and CV checks. So these are the things that you enjoy when you attend the career labs, and when you're working with your dedicated career success manager. And of course, we have meetings with the CSMs bi-weekly. And the most important one is that you have the opportunity to have conversations with them on one. I can assure you this is something that you're not going to get out there. Now, another thing that we also do in professional development and job engagement activities is that we have networking opportunities. Listen, it's not enough to have technical skills. It's not enough to have soft skills. It's very important to be in the right place, to be with the right people who can connect you with some of these opportunities. And that's why we have networking opportunities for our learner. And now the last but not the least is the job placement. We've understood that it's not enough to equip our learners with the right skills, and that's why we've taken it upon ourselves to also get persons who will be working alongside with our learners to go out there to scout for jobs. So whilst we are not just going to hand over the job to you, we're going to be doing our very best to ensure that we are also on your job search journey with you. I know a couple of persons are already asking, how do we take advantage of this? How do we fund these beautiful things that these people are talking about? Now I'm going to hand over to my colleague Fit, who's going to tell you on how you're going to fund this beautiful journey. Thank you very much, Faith. Over to you.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Godson. My name is Faith, and I'm working with the contracts team. I'd like to start with, welcoming you to this session again. And I will be talking about funding your journey here at Azubi Africa. So I do have a background in mathematics and statistics, and with experience in data, basically, and working with people. That is in project management, mentorship, and career coaching. When I'm not doing that, I do lift weight. And so this is who I am. So moving forward, I believe that you can already see a very interesting image or picture there. And this is part of the Adinkra symbols of the people in Ghana called a can. And so this symbol basically is of two conjoined crocodiles. And we know that when two things are conjoined, it means that they depend on each other. Everything that they do is interdependent, right? And so this is basically what we use here when it comes to the payment modules that we have. Okay. To mean that you're in this together, your success is our success. And so it means that if this program is to be successful, you also need to succeed. And so we need all the commitment from you. Why is it so? That is because this is a pre-funded program. Okay, it means that your journey will be facilitated, and so you will not have to think about any financial obligation while in the program, but rather get to start paying back after you get to secure your dream job. Okay, yes, so we call our payment model flexible, right? So this is flexible financing. And why? One, the fact that you get to pay your pay back 18% of your monthly income over 18 months. So it means that it's fair for everyone because you get to pay only what you have in terms of, you earn higher, you pay more. You earn lower, you pay, lower in this case. So it's fair in that case. Just as I said, it gives you the free access to education without having to think about or worry about financial pressure moving forward. And we're saying that it unites us in some way. It's a community that you're building here. And why is it so? This is because that if you're successful today and you're able to pay back, then you already pre-facilitate for someone else in the future. Okay. And just to mention something in there, yeah, regarding you having to pay and facilitating for someone in future. That's why it's very important for you to understand that as much as it's pre-financed, it is not free, right? We have resources that will be put in place. We have trainers and everyone. And basically, there's an investor that, has believed in this. And so they're pre-funding this. So we should take it seriously that we have our part to fulfill and also be able to change someone's life moving forward. Now, we have two payment methods or other models. And so the first payment model is for someone that is ready with the money today, right? So if maybe you're earning more than 600 euro, or rather you feel like you can pay this monthly from the start of the program, so you will be required for the 9 months of the program each month to pay 200 euro. So that is the first option that is there for payment. For whichever method you choose, you're to pay an enrollment fee of 100 euros. Okay, and so it means that if your option is to pay monthly, the end of the first month of the program, you will be required to pay 200 plus 100 enrollment fee. That is 300 euro. Okay. And now this having been said, then we have our favorite, which we are saying that it's flexible, and which is the ISA in this case. Janet, my colleague, mentioned that the first month of the program is a trial period. And this is where we give you a chance to convince us that you're ready for the ISA. Okay. And so it means that we are going to pick the best at the end of the day. So you need to already commit from your side from the word go. And then how does the ISA look? It means that you pay €100 for enrollment, and then get to pay 18% of your monthly income over 18 months. And that is after you secure your dream job. This would be typically after the end of the program. Okay. And just as I had said before, means that you earn more, then you're able to pay more. If you earn less, you pay less. And all this is geared towards creating this community that we are talking about in a fair way. Okay. Yes. Now, moving forward, we mentioned that this is basically success-based, and at the same time, it's trust-based support that we're giving you. So it means that we need to already take that we are taking a chance on you, right? And so we will need to at least have something that helps us mitigate risk and also ensure that we have trust from our investor, right? And therefore, the key requirement in this case is a guarantor. And who is a guarantor? This is someone that trusts you, right? They are therefore willing and able to help you cover the program costs or help you repay, and that is in the event that you're not able to pay back. Okay. And our next question will be, who can be a guarantor? Anyone, almost anyone can be a guarantor in this case. It could be a relative, it could be a friend, right? So anyone, in your circle that is willing, one, and able, that trusts in you. So they need to have a minimum of 21 years and they need to have financial stability. Why? Because we mentioned that they'll be legally responsible for repayment in case where you're not able to do this. So during this time, the first month of the program, after you have been confirmed and a vetting interview has been done by the CSM, and we have said yes, you're to join the second month of the program and continue with the program, then we will need to verify, go to your guarantor and let them consent to guarantee you. So we need you to ensure that you speak to someone or your guarantor before you present the details to us. Let them know that we will be reaching out to them to provide a written and verbal consent. So I believe this would be it from my side. Please feel free to put any questions that you have in the Q&A regarding the payback or the contract ISA in this case, and we will be replying to that, or we'll be answering that. So thank you very much, and back to Gideon.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Faith. And thank you, the entire team, for sharing all the information that we needed with our audience today. So let's quickly look at how the journey looks like, basically, and how to now begin your journey. So you see up here on the screen, you see sign up on our application portal. And there'll be a link also shared in the Q&A portion. If you see Q&A, you can always put your questions there, and a team is already responding to that. You should see responses to the questions that you're asking. All right, so we are responding to that currently. So we'll share a link also there. If you do not have the link to apply, you can just go to our website, azubiafrica.org, and you should be able to start your application. Now, there are three things that will happen there on the application portal. You'll be able to watch 3 videos, which are important, just so you get an overview of what our programs are about and also making the right decision. We require 2 things. as well. And these are an updated CV, okay? An updated CV. And we would like to know your background. We would like to know if you are the right fit for the program. And then you will need to also take an assessment. All right. So it's a simple assessment, just to see if you do have some understanding, and then also to gauge your level of knowledge regarding the content that will be covered during the program. All right. So a combination of these two will grant you entry into the program, and the team will definitely respond to you. And once you have submitted all of these, and you'll be selected for the program. If you are here, then it means that you did register for the info session. Currently, you will not be able to speak, but you can chat and you can put it in the chat or in the Q&A section. However, next week, you will have a wonderful time with us. We will have a live Q&A session. And this time around, you'll be able to have your mics and cameras all available, and you get to interact with the team. So we dive a bit more deeper into what the program entails, and then we answer all other questions that you may have by reason of this info session that we've also shared with you. So that is essentially how you start your journey with us. All right. Let me go through a few of the questions that have been asked. I see that most of them have been answered. Let me quickly check them. Okay. All right. So Ezekiel says he has not been able to complete his application. He has tried severally and not successful. So Ezekiel, can you be more specific with what exactly you have tried, and which portion of the application are you having issues with? You can also send an email in that regard for the team to respond to you. But since you are on here, it will be great to just have you indicate that, and we'd be glad to help you resolve that as quickly as possible. Someone said, can someone with zero knowledge join this program? So you may have zero knowledge, but what have you done to show that you are interested in such a career? Okay, so yes, we do recommend that you have some technical experience. It doesn't matter how small, but at least that you start a journey with this technical career, that you engage with content and resources that shows your intent or your motivation towards pursuing such a career path. Is the reason why we also make sure that you are aligned with your why, and that you have a very full understanding of what you do. Our program, in the first month that you are with us, you get to also understand whether this is the kind of program for you, or this is the kind of career that you want to pursue. So by all means, take a shot, send in an updated CV, take a stab at the assessment, and then complete your application by reason of that. And if you get chosen, you have 1 month to really experience the program, and then make the decision to go further with us. Okay. Yes. So, all right, good. Okay, so Ezekiel, there was a suggestion for you also in terms of checking your internet content and your internet connection, and seeing if your browser is also rightly positioned. All right. I wonder if we have any other questions as of now. If we don't, and we will call this a wrap. But altogether, we want to thank you for joining us. And we want to make sure that all that we have shared with you will help you make the right kind of decision. And we trust that we'll be seeing you also in our next Q&A session. So if you haven't yet applied, please go ahead and apply. Click on the link. You can go to azubiafrica.org, and you will be able to send in your application. Also, book a time with us next week for a Q&A session where you get to interact with us. All right. That will be all for tonight, and we do appreciate you all. Good night. Bye-bye.